such an asshole.
All right, sit down, boys and girls. Hello, Aaron. This is somewhat long, but the question it raises are extremely important. No, they are, but I'm telling you right now, you need mental help. Go talk to his therapist, Dr. David Maloney. You are so overanalyzing shit right now that in your mind it seems really important, but and to some extent socialization is important, but your bigger problem. Oh my God, what's going on? You got lucky, but you need mental help. You do. I can't help you in that regard. But so let's address your question. I'm a 29-year-old white man from a middle class background. Already I'm suspicious. I can understand when black guys, or gals, well, I'm black as it pertains to poverty because such an emphasis is put on race in this country. If you're a minority, okay, you're a almost 30-year-old white man from middle class background. After high school, all but one of my friends went in different directions. Ever since then, I'm extreme difficulty making new friends and dating women. My social network was basically reduced to one person, and my dating network was reduced to zero. I've noticed that since working at 19, at almost every job I've gotten along well with my managers, but I can't stand most of my 20-something coworkers. All right, maybe you got high IQ too. In my early 20s, I severely lamented that it seemed like almost all the other young people in the normie sphere was hanging out, partying, and getting laid while I watched with loneliness and resentment from the sidelines. All right, so you want to be a normie, but you didn't put the effort into it. Okay. I'm going to assume you were a coward and you didn't want to break out of your comfort zone. And your fear of breaking out of your comfort zone was stronger than your desire to have fun with the normies. But then you can't resent, but you do resent because you want to have your cake and eat it too, because your goals are mutually exclusive, but you don't care about that impossibility. I wanted very badly to belong, but it seems in general that normies mainly based interactions around pop culture, political tribalism, pointless small talk. Why would you want to hang out with them then? Oh, look at these people doing all this boring shit that I don't want to do. Oh, I so desperately want to belong. I don't know, dude. Choose. Stupid Netflix shows, drinking, pot, hooking up, gossip. Hooking up sounds like the only thing worthwhile in there. Complaining, passive aggression, weak forms of bullying, etc. Why do you want to join them then? I experienced the cycle of awkwardly trying to connect, failing, and then becoming more resentful and reclusive to the point I would actively try to avoid interacting with them. What do you mean you actively avoid? You either choose to hang out with them or don't. Look at you. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to get them. I'm going to ignore them. Instead, I essentially became an internet hermit, studying your videos, minimalism, red pill fitness, Ted Kaczynski's manifesto, and going to therapy. Okay, dude. How about you don't study someone who is a madman, who may have actually had some concerns about society and the future and the place it was going, but his solution was let's randomly blow up innocent people. My life has mostly been going this way from my 20s. How's that working for you? Really? How's that go? Is that going well? You only wasted a decade. You only got about 8 of them. I mostly enjoy my life, but if generally dislike interacting with others. Okay, then just admit it, man. Just admit you don't like hanging out with people. That's cool. You could be a recluse. However, I recently started a warehouse job working with people that are more likely to be lower class, older, and non-white, and everything has changed. All right, now I see why you mentioned the race thing. I don't know where I've gotten along with almost everyone and had far more enjoyable and respectful interactions than I've ever had in my life. So far, I've enjoyed working with almost every guy there, to the point that we're almost always laughing and having a good time. The women seem more outwardly loud and aggressive, but also far less manipulative, generally mean, and smugly superior. Wait, women seem more outwardly loud and aggressive, but far less manipulative, genuinely mean, and smugly superior. Cool. You found some working class people, had to work their way up, had to deal with the real world, a little bit more anchored in reality. Sounds like you want to hang out with the cool white kids. What a pissing away of time that is. Just in case you were wondering, going back to the 50s, the cool white kids, yeah, you didn't want to hang out with them. In the end, you look back like, oh no, I didn't want to hang out with those people. Not saying all the popular kids in whatever school turned out bad, but the desire to be cool, like the in crowd, a complete pissing away of time because it was built on completely worthless attributes and aspects. Ooh, they're wearing the cool shirts. Ooh, he's the edgy guy who's faking it the entire time and girls find him attractive. He's the guy who smokes pot and drink. He's so cool. A lot of times these all end up becoming homeless people or criminals. Well, and they do get the girls, don't they? You girls just love yourself a T-Rash. You girls just love T-Rash. Yeah, you just seem to be hanging out with some normal people who had to work for a living. I've only had a few guys try to get alpha with me, but I shut it down immediately by raising my voice, staring back at them and making fun of their attempts to make fun of me. Okay, dude, is this middle school? This is the shit. You're almost 30 fucking years old and you're talking like this. Dude, this guy was totally one up. He's trying to A-Mog, alpha man of the group. I had to look it up. A-Mog, he's trying to A-Mog. I'm like, I so don't give a shit. Dude, did you show him down, bro? So, man, anyone try, I mean, I don't care if there's an alpha in the group. I don't know. Okay, you're the leader, fine. Someone gets in my face, I don't like, dude, those there's people out there like that. It's not an accomplishment. You just get right up to them. Look, school's over. So you're either gonna punch me or you're gonna shut the fuck up. And that's how you stare down the alpha, bro. Or you just ignore them. You don't even be in those situations. And here you are like, oh yeah, I totally showed him down. What is this the seventh grade? Can your dad beat up his dad? Now, I don't hate work, don't necessarily want to retire early anymore. Don't feel ostracized, don't feel on guard all the time, and have lost a lot of my social anxiety. Good. You maybe just found a good group of people. I even had a significant amount of women being fun and flirty with me, whereas in the past I had virtually no connection with the white college girls around me to the point I thought I might be autistic. Oh, you still might be that too, sir. You still might be that. Your obsession about social dynamics is beyond healthy. I totally did this. That may be called for when you're a younger person trying to figure out in grade school, middle school, maybe even high school a little bit. Dude, you're 30 fucking years old. And you're like, oh, well, who's the alpha? Oh, I got he's got like you say, yeah, this happens. This group of people is more laid back. I want to hang out with them. Inevitably, they're called your friends. I mean, for example, your hyper analysis indicates that you're approaching this way too seriously. You're not just chilling the fuck out and relaxing, and you gotta control everything. Give you 2 perfect examples, all right? Was dating this girl that came from the upper echelons of society, not super rich, but I guess in the word privileged, and we ended up going to a party on a lake, which is common in Minnesota 'cause it's 10 or 16,000 lakes actually in Minnesota, so there's a lot, and, yeah, that was the cool white kids party, except I was, I don't know, in my late 20s, I guess, by this time, and it was the most tapioca pudding, is vapid the word I'm looking for? Diluted, boring, painful party I've ever been to. This is the one where they talked about the cake literally for 5 minutes straight, and it was a store-bought cake. That's not my scene, those aren't my people. Doesn't care if we share the same, well, actually, there was an Asian gal there. Doesn't matter that we share the same skin color, it doesn't matter. Now I got my poker group, largely ex-military, blue-collar, tradesman type of guys. Old guys, we all insult each other and make jokes about penis sizes, other guys' penis sizes. We defend the size of our penis while insulting others. I didn't sit there, I gotta analyze this. Why didn't I? They're a bunch of prissy, lily white kids from the suburbs. That's why I didn't get along with them. They didn't work. The poker group, also predominantly white, but irrelevant. The race has nothing to do with it. They worked for a living. They're real people. They've had experiences, good and bad. Man, some of the military guys are real good. It's real good jokes. Want some more chips? I didn't need to analyze it. There's not a science. The human psyche is not a science. If you haven't figured that out, go look at the psychology profession. Only reason I'm recommending you get it because, like, you need to talk to someone. Like, yeah, here's where we generally think you are. they haven't been able to figure out, "Ooh, why did someone choose blue as opposed to green? Ooh, why are the girls doing what? Who gives a shit? We don't have time for this. I like these people more. These are my buddies. I enjoy hanging out with them. Oh, that guy was trying to alpha me. What, really? Was this the 8th fucking grade? Fuck you. No, eat a bag of dicks, man. No. What, we gonna fight? Are we gonna fight in the alley? What? It doesn't need to be analyzed. Doesn't need a consultation. You're like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" That needs a consultation, and I'm not legally licensed to help you in that. That's why I'm gonna recommend you go to his therapist, histherapist.com. He may be full, but man, you Spargs and Autists have gotta knock it off with this. I know maybe you don't have a choice. Some who legitimately have a mental disorder, whether that's autism or Asperger's or something else. But for everyone else who's just looking for the easy way out and like you get pride. Ooh, I'm gonna analyze. Ooh, this is fun. This is my hobby. Knock it the fuck off. Get a fucking job. Hang out. It's gonna end soon. Go do some fun things. And if good things happen, especially if it's in the context of human interaction and human social dynamics, which is not a quantifiable science, just go look at the psychology profession and see how good they are at getting people healthy. It's not possible to analyze or figure out, and it doesn't need. Why does this girl like me so much? Who the fuck knows? Why is she crying? Who the fuck cares? They're women. You think men's brains are screwed up? They're just a big scrambled egg mess. And they're gonna be what they're gonna be, and they're gonna do as they're gonna do, and there ain't no reason to try and figure it out. Just like this one likes me, this one doesn't. This one's acting like a royal bitch, whining and complaining and all. Dumped. This one just made me food and dotes on my every wish. I don't know why. I don't need to know why. This is the one. I'm going to hang out with her. She made me lasagna with bacon. Why did she put bacon in the lasagna? Let me analyze. I've never had that happen. I'm confused because these people don't necessarily seem any smarter than middle-class white normies, but generally seem much more relatable, even more honest, despite not conforming to such middle-class social norms of what constitutes good, successful, nice behavior. Like Ted Kaczynski's concept of oversell. Why do you care what a crazy man? So I had to look it up. Over-socialization, the hidden crime. When we talk about socialization, we refer to the act of interacting and engaging social act. It's healthy, blah, blah. When done properly, normal health. Like Ted Kaczynski described the terms over-socialization as following. Moral code of our society is so demanding that no one can think, feel, and act in a completely moral way. For example, we're not supposed to hate anyone, yet almost everyone hates somebody at some other point in time, whether he admits it to himself or not. Some people are so highly socialized that the attempt to think, feel, and act morally imposes a severe burden on them. In order to avoid feelings of guilt, they continually have to deceive themselves about their own motives and find moral explanation of feelings and actions that in reality have a non-moral origin. We use the term over-socialized to describe such people. All right, so Minnesotans. Because you're all backstabbing, two-faced, passive-aggressive assholes. Get the joke, Minnesota? You get the joke? I think here's what it is. They're probably blue collar and the poor, and they don't have time to keep up the fake nice. They don't have they don't have the patience or the resources to play fake Minnesota nice. They got to cut through the chase. They got to be more blunt. They don't have the resources. They don't have the money. And if it's blue collar, it's going to skew towards guys, and guys don't have time to play patty cake and lie to your face. Yeah, it just sounds like you ran into some hardworking, good salt of the earth folks. You know, one of the main reasons people like asshole consulting is I call it as it is. I have no moral obligation to spare people's feelings and tell them what they want to hear because it's socially polite. No, fuck Minnesota. Just fuck Minnesota culture and fuck that prissy goody two-shoe culture and political credit. No, fuck that shit. But especially poor people and especially disadvantaged minorities do not have the resources to be lied to. They absolutely don't. But there's a whole, God almighty, man, it's a breath of fresh air. You got your breath of fresh air. You got a bunch of people who just probably shoot from the hip and tell you the truth. They exist. You found them. Absolutely cherish them. My whole adult life, I've been trying to fix myself, be successful, and be popular with others. Stop trying to be popular with others, especially people you don't want to have fun with, or stuff they do is not fun to you. Right? Stop trying to be popular. Stop trying to live for other people. That's your first problem. What are they doing? And it's just like trying to, how do I get to girls? Oh, I'll analyze it. I'm an engineer. I'll get all the statistics. We'll cuff links. We'll comb my hair. We'll put beard grooming products in. I'll get flats or lifts or whatever. And then I'll use these words. And you're doing it with your social life. And humans are not a fucking algorithm or formula. Now, here's where you're gonna ask me, what's the formula? What's going on? My question is, what do you think is going on here? You just met some cool people. You met your peeps. You met your kinfolk. Be happy. Have you ever had a major social realization like this? Not particularly, no. My major social realizations, well, I mean, I knew this back in very early on that it was probably maybe even I know I hated pretty much everyone in school. I didn't know how stupid people really were until I guess the similar social realization I had was when you have an IQ of like 130 plus, just how statistically ostracized you are from the rest of society. I guess that was a major social realization I had recently. I mean, recently past 10 years. But I've never had problems with friends because I'm like, fuck you people. I don't want to hang out with you assholes. Ooh, you got the cool clothes your parents bought you. Ooh, you're so popular. Wearing your fucking Bermuda shorts. Look at you. You did this. You all did the same thing at the same time. What a cool little cabal you got going on there. Fuck you people. And no, and then I'm just trying to think they're not social, they're economic and philosophical. Like when I realized the boomers didn't know jack fuck all shit when I was about 30, 31. He was 32 when the FBI guy came in and, oh yeah, we're raiding this guy's files. When I realized the boomers didn't know jack fuck all, that was like, oh my God, all the gray hairs don't know what they're doing. But socially, no, I just made all my friends. I didn't want to hang out with the popular kids. I hung out with the nerds and the geeks and the squares because we had fun. And then college came along and I didn't have time to be really social. And thankfully, I ran into the greatest group of people I ever did working at the Security Services Division. Campus Scout program. That's where and I thought, oh my God, I finally found my group of people. Everyone's like this. Now I can finally get out of high school and we're finally where the smart. And they all went away. And I'm like, oh, God. Oh no. Why was the security team so intelligent and fun to hang out with? I never understood that. Like, that must have been a selection bias that resulted in the greatest minds and the most interesting people I've ever known. That was weird. Could it be that non-norminess has more to do with non-conform? Could it be that has to do with non-conformity than intelligence alone? Yeah, I guess. I mean, intelligence would skew you one way. But here you're trying what non-norminess, what psychological fact? Psychology, your brain has millions of neurons. I don't know, with quadrillions of connections and possibilities. I don't know which one thing it is. Yeah, you might have a different mind. You might have different tastes. Do you think Ted Kaczynski's concept of over-socialization contributes to the normiconformist behavior? I would stop invoking Ted Kaczynski's name because the guy was fucking evil, if not outright mental. So knock that off. I mean, it's one thing if you're socially awkward enough to say, hey, do you know about libertarianism? Let me tell you about central banking and the Fed. Dude, you start talking about, the what was it? Not the Communist Manifesto, the Ted Kaczynski's manifesto. Oh, whoa. You might as well be a pedophile. Shut up about that. People like being polite, go along to get along, that type of thing. Yes, that is the epitomal definition of normiconformity behavior. That's why most people who are stuck in corporate America are fucking miserable because you got to obey. You can't perform. Conformance over performance. But yes, over socialite, yeah, it does because everyone wants to be popular. There's safety in numbers. It's a herd tribal mentality. But when the herd's all going off the cliff, it's kind of good to like, hey, you shouldn't go off that cliff. We're going to major in sociology whether you like it or not. Stop overanalyzing this, man. I mean, it's good to maybe understand the origins and the genetic nature of this phenomenon you're witnessing, but who cares? Who cares? Go be happy. Hang out with these guys. Go have a beer. I'm jealous. I mean, I've been looking for years to find my crew of people. I finally found another one playing poker, which is great. You found your people. And don't fuck it up by being like some kind of artist. Like, oh my God, and trying to be cool and impress him. Like, I out alpha him, bro. Just cut your jokes. Roll with the punches. A good thing, like when you're a social group that you like, shut up. Only say things that are going to resonate well with people. All right? Like you get a really good joke, a good clever joke with the guys. Be friendly. Act friendly, it's kind of the bro code. Act friendly, but have foul words for your friends, insult them. There it is. All right. Do we have any super chats? If you got questions, assholeconsulting.com. We got a couple super chats here. All right. Me, Mike, $2. Should I wear a hunter green or navy blue tie? Honest to God, man, I know. Had to talk to the GF. I said, put on a dress. And I said, and don't ask me for my opinion. Just put on I had no time. Like, put on a fucking dress. JG, $5. Go live with Sandman and or TFM. I know you'll say you're too busy, but if you need incentive, you guys can make a very good money from the super chats. Why are they live right now? We did. We were all live one time. Talked about alternative platforms. You guys don't understand. Sandman has a real job. TFM has a real job. I'm the only. Well, me and Joker are probably been Terrence Pop. We're the ones who are kind of flexible enough. We could probably go, but we got to play catch up with our own stuff. And then by the time we're done, it's like, no, I don't. Joker's building a house. Pop, I think he even has a real job still. There's not enough time. It's not that we don't want to. It's just we don't have the time. Nonstop Dre, $2. Capri rebrands from Broken Window Spurgs Consulting. Quinlan Al Aziz, $2. Seize the means of production and the wealth. Okay, have fun with that. They've tried it several times before. See what happens. I'm okay. I'm a single man with no kids. I'd love to see I'll survive. I'll survive. You can't kill my type because we're the ones that work. We got to work instead of our work ethic. We'll get up in the morning. I'm wondering who, like the Democrats, it'd be great. Like, oh, we're going to finally get socialism and communism. And you're like, yeah, but look at the labor force you raised. Like, they're not even showing up now. All right. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.